Hey guys, and welcome back. Be sure to check out all of our picks for today's action, including our daily free play over at stumpthespread.com, linked down in the video description. Heading into today's pick video play, going to be talking about this Eastern Conference matchup between the Orlando Magic and the Chicago Bulls and give our lean on who we feel has the better edge against the spread. The Magic coming into this one today without two of their best players, Nikola Vucevic and Aaron Gordon, are both going to be out. But the Magic, they've been playing without these guys, and they've been somewhat respectable, even picking up some wins more recently. But we don't see this trend necessarily continuing for the Magic, especially being shorthanded without some of their top guys out there on the court. And that's part of the reason why they're coming into this one today as about 4 to 4.5 point underdogs. Another reason why Orlando is coming in as moderate dogs here, even though they have a better point differential than the Bulls on the year, is you have to figure that Orlando, they just haven't been all that great on the road, and Chicago's actually been pretty respectable on their home court this season. So even though Orlando's only one game back of the Bulls in the Eastern Conference, they're just 7-22 on the road in comparison to Chicago, who's 12-15 on their home court, so a bit closer to that 500 mark. Back to the road team here, the Orlando Magic, they're coming off a disappointing loss in their last outing, losing to the Milwaukee Bucks at home by a final of 104-111, and this ended that three-game winning streak that saw Orlando pick up some nice wins. More specifically, that win on the road against the Miami Heat was a solid result there for Orlando, and then, of course, those home wins against the Cleveland Cavaliers, who just completely imploded in that particular matchup and then sold off a bunch of those veteran assets to get better at the trade deadline. So that win's not all that impressive, and then, of course, a 2-point win at home against the Atlanta Hawks. Not an extremely great result either, considering the Hawks are another one of the weaker teams in the Eastern Conference. But Orlando on the year, they've mainly had their issues in terms of their defensive numbers, and they've been more league average in terms of their offense. They're 15th in the NBA in scoring compared to 27th in points allowed. One particular matchup disadvantage that Orlando will have today is on the boards, where they rank 25th in the NBA in rebounding average, and those numbers are even worse, especially when you consider their starting center is out, in comparison to the Bulls, who are 8th in the NBA in rebounding average. So going over to the home team today, the Chicago Bulls, disappointed in their last outing. They were on the second leg of a back-to-back, and it showed, especially offensively, as they came up short, losing to the Washington Wizards by a final of 90-101. A disappointing result there for the Bulls, coming off of the confidence and momentum of that great 114-113 win prior against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Of course, this Chicago team over the last couple weeks of action has been more in a losing trend compared to where they had been. This team, a little over a couple weeks ago, had been one of the hotter teams in the Eastern Conference there for a while, and that's a positive sign for a young group that's continuing to build around a core of players that could certainly have the potential to continue to get better here in the coming years, especially within the Eastern Conference. On the year right now, the Bulls, some of their positives is they share the ball very well, which is great for a young team. They're 8th in the NBA in assists compared to 22nd in scoring average, so they're assisting at a much higher clip than you would expect for in terms of how many points they're scoring. 24th in total team defense. They're giving up about 1 point less per game than Orlando on that side of the ball. We expect this to probably be a bit more of an up-tempo battle between these two squads, but at the end of the day, with Orlando being a bit short-handed, coming off that loss against the Milwaukee Bucks in their last outing, in Chicago getting that home court advantage, we do like the Bulls to bounce back here today, get the win, and cover this moderate 4-point spread. So if you agree, give the video a thumbs up. You disagree, give it a thumbs down. Check out all of our picks for today, including our daily free pick over at stumpthespread.com, linked down in the video description, and be sure to click that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Thanks for stopping on in. We hope to see you guys in future videos. Bye.